What's up, guys? Here with Lucy Lee at Kinston Country Club. I actually think we're in their ladies' lounge, so I hope nobody comes in. But yeah, you just finished up your second round at the Epsilon Tour event here. You're 8 under, so you're clearly playing pretty well. So congrats. Enjoyed being out there. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I feel like I've been playing solid golf. Nothing crazy. I feel like I left a few out there today, but just got to keep staying patient with this golf course, and there's a lot of birdies out there.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck with the rest of the week. For those of y'all that don't know, Lucy Lee is a 19-year-old professional golfer from Stanford, California, who turned pro in 2019 after a super successful junior career that saw you qualifying for the USAM at the age of 10 and then famously making your first US Open appearance at the record-breaking age of 11 when you were only in 6th grade. You continued to dominate junior golf, winning your age group at the first ever drive, chip, and putt at Augusta in 2014, the Junior PGA in 2016, attaining low AM honors and making the cut at the 2017 ANA Inspiration, as well as success on team events like we were talking about before with the Curtis Cup and the Junior Solheim Cup, Junior Ryder Cup, you name it, you were there. You recently, I guess it's been a few years now, and turned pro in 2019. And you've been competing primarily on the Epsilon Tour and also majors events like the US Open last week. So yeah, excited to dive into all that, and thanks again. So we like to go to the beginning with all our guests. You've obviously attained so much at such a young age, so I'd have to imagine you picked up golf pretty early. So what was it like for you, starting golf, and then how'd your game progress, from the initial picking up a club?
Yeah, so I started playing when I was like 7 and a half. My brother played, so I kind of tagged along just for fun. I remember just being pretty good at it, like starting out, and so I just really loved competing in junior tournaments and just really fell in love with it.
Yeah, was beating your brother like an initial goal?
It wasn't really a goal. I think I beat him pretty easily, pretty early on.
Didn't take enough time.
By the time I was like 9 or 10, I beat him pretty consistently. So.
Did you ever dabble in any other sports, or was it pretty much golf from?
Maybe when I was like a lot younger, I really liked. I lived in water, so I did like diving and stuff like that. But gymnastics. But I was a little bit too young for all of that stuff, and I kind of lost interest. But nothing seriously.
Yeah, I picked up golf pretty late, so I'm honestly pretty jealous. But at what point, you had all the success when you were so young, so I assume it was before you were 11 playing in the US Open. At what point did you realize, how good you can get, and, that this might be like a serious thing for you?
Yeah, I was pretty good, pretty quickly, which I think I was very lucky.
Yeah.
But, I did really well in junior events, once I started playing in them. I won a bunch of those, and then qualifying for the USAM and Public Links when I was 10. At that point, I kind of, thought that could do anything I wanted, but I just really, really enjoyed playing, and that was the main thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, going to that first US Open, that's the thing a lot of people know about you. That's kind of I feel like what really got your name on a big stage. Mm-hmm. And your qualifying was ridiculous. You won by 7 shots out of Half Moon Bay, which I played a ton of times. What was that experience like, qualifying at such a young age and just being at that event?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I really liked Half Moon Bay. It's a pretty tough course. I actually qualified at the same course last year, and it was pretty much exactly the same setup.
Oh, really?
And I shot 3 over par, so I beat myself by 3 shots when I was 11. And I was 18 last year, and I was kind of embarrassed by that. But yeah, I just kind of played lights out that day. Going into the qualifier, I felt very confident that I could make it. So it wasn't a huge shock to me when I did. Winning by 7 shots was pretty surprising to me.
Yeah.
I was just excited to be there. I was so young, I don't think I really fully comprehended what was happening.
Yeah. There's, of course, the interview with the ice cream, right? Mm-hmm. What was, I don't know, what was the situation there, and just what are your memories of that?
I just remember walking off the course, and I was kind of mad because I didn't feel like I played very well.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "What are you mad for? Just go get some ice cream." So she went in and grabbed one for me, and I was just eating it, and they were like, "Oh, you want to do an interview?" And I was like, "Okay, can I take my ice cream with me? Because I don't want it to melt." And they were like, "Sure." And so it's kind of how it happened.
Awesome. Looking back on that, we'll get more into this later, but do you think there's anything about either your mentality or your actual golf game that allowed you to compete on that stage at such a young age?
I think just my personality. I've always been very calm.
Yeah.
And like level, and I think that was definitely something that's very important as a golfer, especially when you're young, is to be able to kind of keep in control of your emotions.
Yeah.
And so, that was obviously like a huge part of why I was able to kind of be in that moment and not make it too big.
Yeah. What was it like just being at Pinehurst #2 for that first U.S. Open and then going back there to Pine Needles? I know it's not the exact same golf course, but same vibe, same area. This many years later, what sort of changed in your mentality or your golf game, and also just what was the vibe like for you going back to kind of where it all started?
Yeah, it was really exciting to go back, but I'd actually gone back a couple years ago for an Epson Tour event.
Okay.
So I'd already been to the clubhouse and saw the pictures and played Pinehurst, but going back for the Open was a different thing. Being at Pine Needles, there were a lot of people watching who had seen me play when I was 11.
Yeah.
Came up to me, and so that was pretty cool and special. And being able to show some of my family some of the spots, and it's pretty cool being able to be in the Pinehurst Hall. So
yeah,
I was just excited.
Did you get to see the old ice cream spot, or?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's I think there's 2 pictures of me in the clubhouse.
That's awesome. And kind of continuing with your junior golf, we mentioned some of those team events that you've played in, and the Curtis Cup's actually going on right now at Marion. So what, in your experiences, is extra special about these events and makes them so different or unique?
Yeah, I always really enjoyed playing in the team events. Those are my favorite tournaments to play in. It's just about being able to make those memories with your team and bonding with them that makes it even more special, because when you play and you win individual events, it's you kind of, I don't know, for me personally, I don't try to dwell on them too much because I think it's really important to move on, but team events, those are like the memories that I carry with me forever, and I still think back to them all the time.
It's awesome.
And I'm very close friends with a lot of the girls on those teams.
Yeah. Do you have any specific memories from the Curtis Cup, just because that's going on right now, that you can highlight right now?
The whole week was really special, but what was really cool was we actually swept singles the final day.
Really?
We went 8-0.
This was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the first time that had happened in like a team event, any team event, like Ryder Cup, Solheim Cup, Curtis Cup, Walker Cup, in like how many years? Because that's really hard to do, obviously.
Yeah.
And so just being able to, I think I finished pretty early, so I got to go out and watch some of the girls who had like tighter matches coming in.
Yeah.
And being able to watch them close it out was really special.
Yeah, that's good you finished early. I feel like being the last person, knowing that everybody else had won, would be kind of stressful. Don't want to choke it. See, you did all that. You had a super insane junior career, right? And then, obviously you made the decision to turn pro back in 2019. So can you talk a little bit about that decision and, maybe how long you had known you were going to turn pro, or what factors you considered in making it?
So I think I'd known pretty early on that I would prefer to, do my golf and my education separately. But, in terms of turning pro that year, it wasn't something that I had planned out. I kind of just looked at that year, looked at the next year, and I just felt like I was ready to turn pro, and there wasn't really anything I was looking forward to in my amateur career anymore. I felt like I had done all the things I wanted to do, and so I was like, I might as well give it a go.
Yeah. You mentioned your education and that you're taking online classes. So, what is that like, continuing to pursue your education while you're playing professional golf, and how are you able to balance your time and carve out time for that? Yeah,
so that was something that was super important to me, and kind of the lucky and unlucky thing about COVID was, when I had turned pro the first year, I didn't really get to play anything, but because of that, I was able to really get in on my education and took a lot of courses. So that was great for me to kind of get a head start on that.
Yeah. And I know that there's sort of a controversial thing with the Apple Watch, which, I thought ridiculous that, I don't know, became a whole thing, but did that, what happened with that, and did that sort of play into the timing of you just being done with amateur golf and ready to turn pro?
Not really. I was actually injured during the whole thing. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. I ended up missing the Augusta Amateur. The first year was being played, and that was something I was really looking forward to.
Yeah.
It really sucked. I saw like people saying, "Oh, she's not playing that because of the Apple thing," and I was like, "Yeah, that's not." I wish,
Yeah.
I had a thumb injury that lasted a really long time.
Okay. Have you gotten to play Augusta?
No, I haven't. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. That was like the one tournament I really wanted to play in before I turned pro, but
yeah.
I just felt ready to move on, so I did.
Yeah. And sort of on a related topic, what are your thoughts on like just how like recruiting and the NIL and all that stuff has kind of changed since you were in that position? And do you think anything like that might have affected your decision to go to college? Like, had things been different back then?
I mean, it would have been nice to have NIL deals. Could have made something off of that, but
yeah.
I think it's really cool. I have a lot of friends in college. Most of my friends are still in college, and it's really cool to see all the girls getting deals. And I'm friends with Rachel Heck and Roseng, and they've I think closed a lot of really good deals. And so it's
Nike
really
and Adidas, right? It's really
exciting to see that. I'm just happy for my friends, but I don't think that was kind of the reason I wanted to turn pro. Wasn't really to make
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was more of like how I felt the natural progression of my career was going.
Yeah. So it's been almost 3 years now that you've been professional. So can you just speak a little bit to what your journey's been like, and maybe what the behind the scenes life on tour is that people don't see, watching at home on TV?
Yeah. So the transition from amateur to pro is pretty can be pretty rough for some people. For me, especially with COVID, we didn't get to play for like 6-7 months out, so I didn't really get to kind of really experience it the first year.
Yeah.
And then last year, just with all the travel, and you don't really get to see, even if you do have friends out on tour, you don't really get to see them much. So it's very different from amateur golf. All of my friends are still in college, so I know a lot of these girls out here, but there's no one I'm really super close with. So it's kind of just like you're kind of doing your own thing, and I've always been fine with that. But it's definitely something that for some people can be a harder transition than others.
Yeah. You've talked about this like progression of yourself and your game. Is there anything specifically, whether it's like your golf game or your mindset, that you think has improved drastically, or just, I don't know, maybe taking it more seriously or less seriously since turning professional?
Yeah, I think actually that's a good point about taking it less seriously. I think the first year I turned pro, I played really well, and then last year I didn't do so well on this tour, and I think I kind of ended up taking it too seriously and trying to rush success, and just because I had done so well in amateur and junior golf that I got very impatient, and that's something that took me not playing well last year to learn, and I think this year I'm just a lot more patient.
Yeah, I mean, 1 year later, you're second on the money list. No, -8 in this tournament right here, so congrats on just getting so much better quickly. I'd love to move on to some of your U.S. Open experiences now. We already talked about that first, of course, you being 11, 6th grade, but, you played last year, you finished tied 16, and then obviously this year you just wrapped up playing at Pine Needles. So in that event specifically, what has been sort of your progression, or maybe when you were there this year, did you think back to yourself playing there, 8 years ago, and thinking about how you've changed since then?
Yeah, I think it's been it's been 8 years since then. So obviously, I've improved a lot as a golfer and
Yeah.
a person. I hit it a lot harder, but
Just not in that one qualifier.
yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Well, honestly, sometimes I think I'm like, wait, am I actually better now, or not really?
All this practice.
I'm like, am I better, or am I just not really? And sometimes I think that, but obviously I am.
Yeah.
But sometimes, yeah, I really love playing in the Open. I always love playing hard setups.
Yeah.
Especially last year, the Open was at Olympic Club, which is close to where I grew up.
Yeah.
Where I grew up and live, and so I was really excited for that tournament. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to be able to play the biggest tournament of the year.
Yeah, I'm always curious just because, I get nervous teeing it up on a Sunday with my friends. Like, when you're playing in this Epson event or, obviously the U.S. Open, how nervous, if at all, do you get?
I honestly don't get nervous anymore, like teeing off. I'm not sure, like, coming down the stretch and, like, when you're in contention, I get nervous.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, standing on the first tee box at Pine Needles last week, I thought I'd be more nervous than I was.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's just part of. Last year when I played Olympic Club, I got really nervous. I had some anxiety that week, but
Yeah.
I think this year just having a better mindset and just realizing that every week you have to treat it the same regardless.
Yeah.
That's helped a lot.
Back when you were 11, would you say you were more nervous, or were you almost too young to even be nervous and understand the moment?
I think I was more nervous just because of how many people there were that week.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people watching in huge crowds, especially it being the week after the men's Open.
Yeah.
So that was probably why I honestly hadn't been in a situation like that. And now with more experience, I think that you kind of just learn to control your emotions a little more.
Yeah. Is there anything specifically that you've learned that helps you do that? Because that's obviously way easier said than done, just like staying even keeled on the golf course. For everybody, but specifically for me, because I have some issues with that.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's just about, for me, it was just about switching my mindset, like on and off the course, of just not taking it like too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you have to prepare and practice very, seriously, but when you get out there, it's just important not to, let the moment consume you. I don't really know. Like, if I get nervous, I try to like do some breathing techniques, but I haven't really had like that many issues this year. But sometimes it's just different for different people, and you kind of just have to learn how you personally deal with it.
Nice. You also have some other major experience playing at the ANA in 2017, like I mentioned before. What was that event like, and how did you compare it to the U.S. Open?
So I won the AJJ event the weekend before to get the spot into that tournament.
Okay.
So it was a pretty fast turnaround. So it was just being able to compete in that tournament was very exciting.
Yeah.
But, that tournament's a lot different it's a little different from the Open because it's not set up quite as hard. It's a little bit different there, but it's just, major golf is major golf. It's still firm and fast. So, it's still great to be out there, and especially in California. I think they're moving it to Texas next year.
Okay.
But yeah.
As firm and fast as Kinston Country Club, or quite?
Honestly, the fairways are firm.
Really?
They're firmer than they were last week.
Okay.
The greens are soft, though, so I don't know what's going on with that.
That's funny. So you literally went like a week before you played in that major championship. You had no idea you were gonna be in it.
No, so it was the AJJ event that was at the course like the weekend before, and it was a qualifier into the ANA.
Wow, that must have been a crazy turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a lot of golf. I want to transition a little bit into your life off the course. Just tell me, like, I know you're practicing playing a ton of tournaments, but when you're not playing golf, what do you like to do?
I'm a big basketball fan. I like watching TV.
NBA or college?
NBA.
What's your team?
I don't have one. I'm a big LeBron fan.
Okay. I'm a little bit less now, but it's still some. When he was on the Heat, I was a Heat fan. When he was on the Cavs, is that kind of the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. The Lakers are The Lakers are a little harder to root for, but
Yeah. Not a Warriors fan, being from.
No.
Okay, I'm anti-Warriors myself.
But so now the Warriors are a lot more likable. So if they win,
Because they're winning, is that why they're
no,
winning?
because they don't have KD anymore.
Okay.
Like Steph is super likable, Clay is super likable.
I feel like Steph's kind of obnoxious.
Andre
in my
Iguodala.
opinion. He's awesome.
Yeah.
The golfer too.
Yeah, they're all super cool. Like individually, the Warriors team right now is super cool, but I'm still a little bitter about 2017 to like 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Draymond individually is the best, but
Yeah, he's whatever.
yeah. So who are you rooting for in the finals right now?
Like the Warriors barely.
Okay.
barely.
Love it. So outside of NBA, do you play basketball at all, or have you ever?
I'm like 5'3".
I don't know. You could be a good shooter or something.
No, I'm actually not bad at free throw, but like I tried playing basketball with my brother once and he like jammed my pinky, so I was like, I'm not doing that.
You're right. All right, let's go to the golf course. I'll take you. What else outside of basketball?
I like gaming a lot.
Cool.
Video gaming, yeah. Video games. I read a lot of books, and so yeah.
Okay. So after a tournament round, like after this, I guess you're gonna go watch the finals.
Mm-hmm.
But do you go read? Do you go play video games? Is that usually kind of the
So I try not to play video games during the season because sometimes, with your thumbs, you can be a little not so good. But I game a lot in the off season.
Okay. Oh, so you're going hard if your thumbs are getting sore.
Well, not that much, but like
Yeah.
I just prefer to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just read a lot, watch TV.
I really need to get back into reading. I've been so busy with like school, because when you read a lot for school, you don't want to like read anymore.
That's what happened. My mom's always like, "You love reading," and I'm like, "No, I hate it now. I have to read textbooks all the time."
I know, exactly. So maybe like listen to like podcasts now. Yeah.
I have a good recommendation if you need one. What's your? This is kind of off the cuff, but just out of curiosity, what's like a tournament day routine for you?
Oh.
Let's say afternoon tea time, 1:00 tea time at the U.S. Open.
Okay, so this is kind of weird, but I don't like. So I've noticed like before when I would wake up like normal for a 1:00 tea time, I'd be like tired like halfway through the round.
Yeah.
So now I just like go to sleep super late and wake up like the same. I would wake up for a morning tea time. So if it's like 1:00, I'll sleep till like 10:30 or something, or like 10:30.
Yeah.
And then just do my normal routine so that I don't have to like kill a bunch of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're up kind of all night before the big round.
Yeah. So I'll like go to sleep at like 12 or something.
Okay.
And then sleep in, and then wake up, stretch, do all that stuff, and then that way you just don't feel like I don't get tired that way. And it's just like sometimes if you're like you have a late tea time for like a contention round, you don't have time for like nerves to kick in.
Yeah.
Because you're busy doing stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after the round, it's just hanging out.
Yeah. If it's an afternoon tea time, I just go home. If it's a morning tea time, I'll go on practice.
Nice. Love it. I also read that you're big into food. So what's I do have a few recommendations here in Kinston. I know there's not a ton, but what's your favorite type of food, and is it cooking, or you just like going out to eat?
I love just food in general. Like any type of food. I started cooking during COVID, but I've been too busy since then. So I do like cooking, but I don't have time for it anymore.
More like cereal, that kind of Hot Pocket. That's the extent of my cooking.
Mom cooks for me. I cooked a lot, like pizzas and like stuff like that during COVID, but now my mom just cooks for me.
Yeah. So you have a little more in the tank than cereal and ramen.
No. Well, ramen is not bad for like a late tea time. Sometimes you get some.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. We're going to get into the double par questions, how I like to always finish up. There's 8 for double par on a par 4, which you didn't make any today, so big props there. Good luck tomorrow not making any,
Thank you.
First up, we ask this to everybody, what's your dream foursome?
Can be anyone.
Anybody, dead. Golf, not golf, live, dead.
I really want to play with Bobby Jones.
Okay.
I'm a big Bobby Jones fan. I'm just a huge Abraham Lincoln fan.
Okay.
Okay, so that's really random, but
You a big history buff, or is that just
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
History, like Lincoln's like one of my favorite movies. So that's kind of weird.
Not like the Vampire Hunter, like the real Lincoln movie.
No.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know who would be third. Maybe LeBron. I don't know.
Can you play golf?
No, there's like this commercial. Have you seen it? He's like a commercial of him trying to play golf. It's pretty bad.
You could teach
I
him.
don't think Abraham Lincoln plays golf either, but
I think he's a little tall. Yeah.
They're both a little too tall.
That's a good foursome. Ben Hogan, Lincoln.
No, Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones. Okay. Bobby Jones, you, Lincoln, and LeBron.
Yeah, it's so random.
Good luck making that one happen. All right, next up. We touched on this a little already, but you're a big NBA fan. Finals is obviously going on right now. Celtics are up 2-1. And I know you said you want the Warriors to win, but you don't really care.
Yeah.
But what's your prediction for who's going to win and how many games?
I think it's going to go to 7.
Okay.
Right now, it looks like the Celtics are going to win, but I don't think you can really count the Warriors out.
It's not an answer.
I don't care enough to give an answer. I don't know. Celtics in 7, maybe Warriors in 7. I don't know.
I feel like you just don't know how to act because this is like one of the first finals LeBron's not been a part of since like, I don't know, as long as I can remember. I mean, there were some
last year,
but
well, yeah, I guess it's the first one I've like not cared for, like really cared. I mean, I really wanted the Suns to win last year, so that didn't turn out very good.
Okay, next up, you get one night out or a round of golf with any famous pro golfer. Who is it, and where in the Bay Area are you guys going?
Wait, what do you? I don't understand the question.
Like, you guys can go out like to a restaurant
or
for a drink, to a round of golf, anything.
Famous pro golfer. I don't. Honestly, I'm trying to think. Like, Tiger Woods is such a like cliche answer.
Yeah.
It's so cliche.
I'm shocked for Dreamforce. I mean, I think everybody else has said Tiger.
But it's okay for me. It's like all of these people. I feel like I could play with them. So it's like not that crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a lot crazier to me.
Like
that's
3
for sure.
dead people. It's like, oh, LeBron's not dead. Then it's like, yeah, it's a dream. But it's like,
but LeBron's
Tiger, like probably not, but like maybe.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
It's like foreseeable.
Yeah. It's not like impossible.
It's still a dream.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to think. Like all of the other people I'm thinking of, I'm like, yeah, I'll probably get to play with. Like I'm a big Colin Morikawa fan, but I feel like it's not that crazy to play with him.
No? You don't think you would be intimidated to team up with Colin Morikawa at like Harding Park?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Would you put money on it, try to take him down?
Ooh, probably not. He's so good.
Yeah.
His iron play is insane.
Yeah. What course would you want to go to then?
In the Bay Area?
Yeah.
I love Cal Club.
Okay, I've never been there.
Cal Club is such a good golf course.
What's your home
Steph's
course?
actually a member out there.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
What's your home course?
Lake Merced.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Tiger Woods, Cal Club.
Okay, sweet. So as we talked about before, the ice cream interview when you were 11 is, I don't think you'll ever live that down. So we have to ask,
Okay.
What's the best brand of ice cream? And, what's your go-to flavor? And also, what ice cream was it during that interview?
I think it was like strawberry popsicle.
Okay.
And that's a really hard question to answer. I've started really getting into like the gelatos. So like,
Ooh.
I don't know if it's called like Talenti or something like that. It's like the jars that have like the layers.
Okay, I haven't heard of that.
They're like in all the supermarkets.
Okay.
Those are really good. They have like sorbets and also like the layered ice creams, which are really good.
What's the best flavor? Gotta try it out now.
I don't remember the names of them.
Okay.
It's like
I'll try it out. It better be good. A lot of pressure riding on you now.
The raspberry sorbet is good.
Yeah. All right, next up. You've been in the spotlight and on the big screen since a very young age. So what has that been like? And how do you think that shaped you both as a person and also professionally as a golfer?
I think that the way kind of me and my family handled it early on, I didn't really do a lot of media. I mean, I did like the necessary stuff, but I kind of tried to stay, be a kid for as long as I could. But like having that exposure, I think prepared, it prepares you for pro golf because, cameras don't bother me, stuff like that. So I think that was, good preparation for being professional, because I know that can be like a learning curve. Another like step in like, that transition from amateur to pro golf can be that, spotlight. So definitely for me, I felt very fortunate to have had that, but also to have been able to be a kid and not be like too consumed by that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Next up, mentioned this earlier, but I know you're a foodie, so I imagine you're traveling a lot and can't get the best food on the road, but what's your go-to when you're traveling for golf? Maybe like a fast food place you can always count on.
Oh, Chipotle.
Chipotle?
Mm-hmm.
Moe's or?
I've never been there.
Really?
It's a regional thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, it's in this region that we're in, so.
I gotta try it then. Yeah, my friend Erica was telling me about it. She told me it was a long time ago, and I've still never tried it. I've got to. If there's no Chipotle around, I guess I'll try it.
No. You can get Chipotle anywhere. You have to try it.
I haven't seen it, though. I don't think they have any around here.
Maybe not. I like both, but I'd get Moe's over Chipotle. Do you have any like superstitions or like things you always eat before a round, or like snacks you have on the course?
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. No, like I'm not a very superstitious person. Okay. There are some doing things a certain way, but it's not out of superstition.
Yeah.
So like I'll do something the same way over and over again, and people might think it's out of superstition, but it's just like I like doing it then.
Yeah.
So I eat the same snacks on the golf course like every day.
What's the top snack? I'm trying to get all the hints about how I can get good. I don't know what it is.
Dried mango. I eat my Kind bars. Yeah.
Okay.
Dried mango's the best.
Dried mango. Lower my handicap a little bit. Okay, so you're only 19 and have already played in most of the biggest amateur and professional golf tournaments in the world. I'm sure they're all pretty special, but what's one event that you played in that stands out above the rest?
Oh, that's like almost impossible. I don't know. It's really hard for me to answer.
Yeah.
It's all the team events, but I don't know which one. I like more like it's Curtis Cup or Junior Ryder Cup or like Youth Olympics. It's hard to pick between those just because Curtis Cup was the most special, but Junior Ryder Cup was like the most fun.
Yeah.
Because it's a mixed event, but I don't know. It's hard to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, this one's a little more serious, but given your success out here on this tour, I have a pretty good idea of what I think, but where can we expect to see Lucy Lee in 5 years?
Hopefully on the LPGA, but you'll definitely see me, having fun. That's like
eating ice cream?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be eating ice cream till I die.
That needs to make a comeback. I think every interview, you should have it right now, honestly. I don't know what you're doing.
There's no ice cream here. My agent tried to get me to eat ice cream in my open interview last year, and I was like, I scoffed at the ice cream, so I'm a bit of a snob, I guess.
Like it was bad ice cream.
Yeah.
What was it?
I was like, I'm not gonna eat this.
That would have been great.
I feel like such a fraud though.
What was it?
It's just like the basic vanilla bars covered in chocolate.
It's not this Tarantini's or whatever.
I don't know.
Tontos.
I'm not a big fan of ice cream bars. It's like a popsicle or I don't like eating ice cream bars.
So the media kind of lies. It's not ice cream. It's popsicles.
Yeah, it's a popsicle.
Okay.
It's not ice cream. I mean, it's in the genre, I guess.
Same genre. You should make that your thing, though, every interview. Popsicle.
But that would get so boring.
Would it?
Yeah. Then I would never get away from that. I already can't get away from it. I'd never get away from it.
Yeah. Do people make comments to you about it a lot?
Maybe
I just
maybe I get an ice cream deal. I would do it. You just have to hold ice cream every time you're doing an interview. All right.
Yeah. When you I don't know, when you go somewhere talking to somebody, is that one of the things that they bring up? Is
yeah. It's like,
what's your response?
You're the girl with the ice cream when you play in the US Open, and I'm like, oh yeah,
I did do that.
Yeah, I get questions about that all the time. I mean, it's fun. It's fun.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. I think it's funny. I was Man, I can't believe I had the balls to do that.
Wouldn't do it now. 11-year-old you is.
Yeah, I didn't care then.
You wouldn't have scoffed at the ice cream back then.
I still probably would have.
You think you would have?
Yeah, I love. Okay, I've never liked ice cream bars. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just happy they had that kind of ice cream there. Otherwise, that moment
It would have never happened. Yeah.
Because my mom would have given me an ice cream bar, and I would have been like, "What the f is this?"
Yeah.
And I would have thrown it away.
So whoever was working at Pinehurst number 2 in 2014, good job.
Yeah, good job on that.
Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Not to be hating on the ice cream this year. I feel bad. My friend was in charge of it.
Oh my gosh. Don't let her see it. Any other ice cream brand.
Oh, I know.
You might be ruining your chances for a deal right now.
Jeez. I love all ice cream.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We'll have to take it to the course sometime soon. Get my butt kicked. Maybe some ice cream.
Yeah,
You could give me a stroke or two.
maybe.
Maybe.
What's your handicap?
It's been as low as +3 in the past.
That's good.
What's yours? Do you have one?
I don't keep one anymore.
What do you
but
think
I
it
have
would
a
be?
good idea of what it is.
What would it be? Like, but
A women's handicap would be probably like +8, but like I think it'd be like a +2 for guys.
Okay. So +8.
So it'd be like, yeah, I think it'd be like a +2. I've actually wanted to keep a men's handicap. I should really do that.
That's also only including like probably your competitive rounds. It's probably a little different. I think if I had one for my competitive rounds, it would not be plus whatever.
Oh, but I think it's lower for for me, it's lower for competitive rounds because the USG they like it. Like when you enter it as a competitive round, like you get I think you get like a kicker for that, and also like I shoot lower scores in like tournaments. So, like if I don't shoot 63 when I'm like playing at home. So,
Really?
yeah.
Why do you
Because like
think?
you get 63, and then like this course rating's like 78. That's like plus
15. Plus 15 handicap over here. Wait, why do you think you play better in tournaments?
Oh, I don't know. Just
Do you think that's
Take it more
common for
seriously.
people on tour?
I think so. I think
Okay.
it depends on person. That's just always how I've been. But
Not how I've been, that's for sure.
But I think it's just like how seriously you take it. I mean, I rarely play 18 holes when I'm at home, so
Really? You more practice than play?
I play like 9 holes. Sometimes I play like money matches, but mostly 9 holes or like practice on the course.
Money matches, okay. When we play, I'm not going to put too much money on it, that's for sure.
Okay, that's fine. It's like the home course I play at. It's a lot of rich people. So
Okay.
A lot of people like will do like not like one-on-one. Like no one's crazy
Dumb enough to
do
take
that.
you.
Although like I'm also not. I also when someone offers a one-on-one match on me for a lot of money, I'm very suspicious because I'm afraid I'm gonna get sandbagged.
Yeah. Like it's
the opposite.
Tiger Woods in disguise. So.
Yeah, I'm like, or no, because like I have no idea. They could tell me they were 15 handicap, and I'd be like, okay. So
Oh, you
how
play
much-
them with their handy. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously I play them with their handicap, but they could tell me plus 15, you'd be like, sure. And I'm like, I have no idea if they're like a 6.
Yeah.
And then I'm like screwed.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I prefer not to play.
Why don't you go out? You should start like, I don't know, Uncle Drew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
that could be you. You could go out there, top a few shots, be like, yeah, I what's a handicap? And then,
Oh, honestly, probably, but just like. Yeah, any of the guys like big egos, they don't recognize me yet. Yeah, I could do it probably.
yeah,
But what's the point, I guess?
make money.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. Had an awesome time, and we'll take it to the course soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.